I think over the last 2.5 years, Modi has been able to change the conversation around television with our clients and really show and prove out the effectiveness of a television campaign. In the past, we haven't been able to do that with television, but with Addressable now, we have the data to show a client not only did TV work, but how did it work against their specific business objectives. The scale of addressable television for the last couple of years has stalled out around 43 million households. So that's one third of all US TV households. We expect the number of households to grow to be about 1/2 of all US TV households by the end of the year, with the addition of some of the new MVPDs coming on board. So the guys that have been in the game for the last years is Cablevision, Comcast, AT&T, AdWorks, and Dish. That's the 43 million. We expect Charter, Time Warner, Verizon, and Cox to come on board this year, rounding out to be about 60 million by the end of the year.
So tell us about, activations and sort of the work that you guys are doing and perhaps some of the new categories.
Yeah, I think that Modi started with a couple of categories because of the access to such strong third-party data. So categories that we started with, and I think that everyone has talked about for years, is auto and CPG and tune-in. Auto using Experian Auto and Polk data, which is state-by-state DMV data, being able to go and identify households that are in market to buy a car. In the CPG category, we use shopper data with Nielsen Catalina and Kantar, and with TuneIn, we worked with the MVPDs to actually access their set-top box data and drive viewership for our entertainment clients. The MVPDs have done a lot of work to integrate new data sets, and that's allowing us to speak to more verticals and more clients and drive results for them. Some of the newer data sets that are coming on board, we're working with IXI for financial data, working with Cardlytics and MasterCard and Nielsen for credit card data and bank data. And in the pharmaceutical category, two things have happened. One, the MVPDs have started to roll out 60-second units at scale, and we have MedX data and IMS data and CrossX data, what actually allows us to target households based on ailments. So I can all of a sudden target commercials to allergy sufferers or high blood pressure sufferers, really putting a relevant message in front of these households. So
how will this sector grow? Because the inventory is kind of limited, right, to the 2 minutes of local. I mean, although more households are coming on board, there's still a finite amount of inventory, or how do you see that?
So I think, as everyone knows, advertisers, the holy grail is national addressability. Right now we're not there because you can't enable addressable television without the access to the subscriber files that the MVPDs hold. So I think we'll start to see carriage agreements evolve to expand addressability, or the other thing that could start to happen is we could start to use ACR technology to do addressable in a more national way, different than using actual set-top box data, but using the ACR smart TV data.
Cool. And finally, you guys, and of course Irwin and GroupM has been a big advocate of addressable. Where do you see things going in terms of it being a viable channel for advertisers, and sort of what the current climate is, and sort of what the attitude of the industry is?
Yeah.
And it's you guys have been sort of beating the drum for a few years. It seems like it's really coming along. Where do we stand in terms of its acceptance?
The retention rate on addressable television campaign is above 85%. We're well beyond, with GroupM, testing addressable television. It's now a tactic that they've adopted and used in their media mix. That being said, though, even when addressable television is 100% lit up across every single US TV households, we would never recommend a client only do an addressable television campaign, because we see addressable as a means to heavy up against key audiences. And if you don't build up the awareness and the consideration low down the purchase funnel, addressable television will not be successful in converting the prospect.